My name's Haley and welcome to my channel. If you clicked on this video, it's because I'm assuming that you want to start a YouTube channel. Congratulations and welcome to the fam. But before we jump right in and talk about how to actually grow your channel from 0 subscribers, make sure to hit that subscribe button so that way you guys never miss another upload from me. Because why would you want that? Like, you wouldn't. So the first step in starting a YouTube channel is to, of course, get your account set up. This is super easy. All you have to have is a Gmail account, and from there you basically just go into the YouTube app and you just create your channel. Here's a little tutorial right here on the screen for you guys, but it's very easy setup, super quick and easy. Next thing you're gonna need is a personal brand. Now you may be asking, Haley, what's a personal brand? What the hell are you talking about? And by that I mean knowing who you are. So make sure to set a profile picture that conveys not only what your channel's about, but also make it clear. You don't want to have a picture of a rat if you're trying to start a cooking channel. Does that make sense? Unless it's maybe like a ratatouille cooking channel, then in that case I guess like make your profile picture a rat. It's just not gonna make sense. Like, make sure that it makes sense for your channel. Next up, you're gonna type a little bio about yourself. Make it short, make it sweet. Not many people read the bios, but it lets people know what you're all about. I would also say to utilize the channel tags as well in YouTube Studio. I believe it's in the settings section. Tag whatever you make videos about, basically. So if you make videos about, let's use the example of cooking as ratatouille, then you're gonna tag ratatouille, cooking videos. Just make sure to utilize it. This really gets into SEO optimization, which is a whole another can of worms that I'm not gonna be talking about today, but I can totally make a video if you guys wanna hear stuff about that. A lot of people will tell you that it is mandatory to niche down before you even have your first video out, and I think that is absolutely like absurd. When you're first starting a channel, you don't know what it's about. You probably don't even know your first video. You know what, you might. Props to you if you do, but let's be honest, like, you're probably just like throwing shit at the wall and seeing if it sticks. So why the hell are you gonna niche down when you don't even know what your YouTube self is? First, I would just like to say that you should be doing just that. You should be throwing everything at the wall. You should be seeing what people like, what people say is good, what people think is bad, what you like, what you think is good, what you think is bad. You know, you should not be just being like, okay, like, now I'm gonna really box myself in. Like, no, that's a bad idea. You have literally no audience to disappoint. Who's gonna be pissed at you if you have 0 subscribers for posting a cooking video one day instead of like a video about Minecraft? You're not gonna be disappointing anyone. This is your time to shine, babes. However, I will say that this applies to like pretty much everything under the sun except for vlogs, because I'm sorry, but like, nobody's gonna care about what you're doing in a day when they have no idea who you are, and also when they see that you have 0 subscribers. Both of those things combined, like, I love you, you are probably very interesting, unless you're not, but just people aren't gonna be interested in clicking on your video. They're gonna be like, who the hell is making a smoothie right now? Okay, I'm clicking off, if they even click on that video to begin with. And I'm saying this from experience because when I first started this channel, you guys can scroll back if you want, see it for yourselves, but I would post vlogs and I was like, why does nobody watch my video? Haley, like, this is talking about Haley, like, girl, it's because nobody cares. Nobody cares. Just as long as you're just trying to improve over time, take whatever criticisms, I mean, not too hard, but just take everything with a grain of salt and just try to improve something every time, and your channel will flourish and blossom from there. Which brings us to part 4, which is actually the editing process / production of the YouTube video. And I would like to start off by saying, like, whatever you do not go out and buy any sort of editing software. That is a bad idea. If you have a Mac, you've got iMovie. If you have Android, you can use Video Show, you can use CapCut, you can use DaVinci Resolve. There are so many good options other than like Final Cut Pro. I use Final Cut Pro now after a year of consistently uploading, basically. Well, semi-consistently uploading, let's be honest. It's just such an unnecessary expense at the beginning, and it's just probably one of the biggest mistakes that people make when trying to start a YouTube channel. I would like to say I am the most familiar with iMovie. I think it's a great program that is really good for especially like beginners, but also for non-beginners. You can do a lot with iMovie, and I can definitely go more into depth on that in another video, maybe like how to edit YouTube videos, stuff like that. But it's actually a very great resource. I also use Thematic and the YouTube video library for music, but that's just me. I know some people use Epidemic Sound, but that costs money, and the other two are free, which is what we need when we are a broke college student. Similarly to not buying expensive software right away, don't you dare go out and buy a camera either right off the bat, okay? If you have a phone with a camera, it's probably good enough to record videos with. You know, most of you guys probably aren't watching this on a flip phone, and if you are, let me know why, because I'm curious. Like, what's prompting you to do that? Some tips to keep in mind though when you're filming your video are to have a good background. So like for me right here, this is my background, my little YouTube corner, right? So we have the wall, we have these fun little interesting things, you know, it's clean. We have Hello Kitty's head. We have my squishmallow that I use as a chair. We have things. Honestly, a blank wall would also work. This right here, as long as it's clean in the background, it's good. Don't have your dirty little room in the background, okay? Nobody wants to look at your dirty, grimy little hole. Make sure that your audio's all right. You know, like don't have your cat meowing and giving birth in the background of your videos. Being like, no. Like people are gonna be like, what the fuck is that? Like they're not gonna be okay with that. Or like if you're outside and like you don't have like a mic or something, don't record videos if the sound quality is gonna be bad. You know, don't have like the winds like blowing over the audio being like we can't hear you, and if people can't hear you, they're not gonna watch your video because they're not gonna know what the fuck you're saying. And last little mini tip I've got for you guys is just to basically have sufficient lighting. And so for me right now, I'm using a ring light, but I did not purchase this until maybe 5 months ago, so it was like pretty far in. And honestly, a window works great. It's just the way that my bedroom is set up, it's not the most convenient for me to use the window. I tried using the window at first, it doesn't work with the layout of my room, but honestly, just use a window. I could use a window if I wanted to. I'm picky, I don't want to, so, but I could. You know what, natural lighting honestly usually looks better than ring lights. But with all of these combined, you're on the right track already. I cannot exercise enough how incredibly important thumbnails are to a YouTube video. Like thumbnails are to YouTube video as water is to human. It is like a necessity that you cannot skimp out on. Dead ass, like if you have a shitty thumbnail, nobody's gonna click on your video. People are gonna be like, gross, why would I watch that? People aren't gonna wanna see it. And so you have to make sure that it, once again, clearly represents what the video is about. And also, you gotta make it a little bit catchy. You gotta make it interesting. You gotta pique some interest there. You know, you gotta make people want to wonder why, what you're doing, whatever it is. If a certain niche that you're in makes videos one way and does thumbnails another way, you know, you might experiment using that same style of thumbnail. And there are tons of resources for thumbnails out there. The ones that I use are Tezza, PixArt, Canva, and also Fonto. And all of those are free. I do pay a little bit extra for Tezza just because I like their pro amenities, but all of them have lots of great free qualities, and I would highly recommend to go and check them out. And whatever you do, for the love of God, do not clickbait people, because first of all, you're stinky if you clickbait, but second of all, people are gonna know you're stinky if you clickbait. You know what, people are not gonna come back. They're probably gonna thumbs down your video. It's gonna sink your channel that already has 0 subscribers down into the ground. Small YouTuber to small YouTuber. Honestly, I hate the term like small YouTuber, because I feel like I am a small YouTuber, like, and I feel like as a small YouTuber, I know how discouraging it can be, and just honestly how hard it is to try and keep going. And I just want to say to all of you, just keep going. You know, like I honestly have seen more growth in the past probably month than I have in most of the year of me having a YouTube channel. Honestly, just a month ago, I really started to pick up more traction on YouTube. And although I only have about like 475 subscribers when I'm uploading this video, it's still a relatively small following. Yes, like pretty small, okay, I know. But you know what? That is 475 people who tune in to watch me. Consistency is really like key. Like I know everyone says it, but over this growth period that I've had over the past month, it's because I've been posting consistently for the past 2 months. And so people are seeing that I'm reliable. The YouTube algorithm is seeing that I'm reliable. It's pushing out my videos to more audiences. and it is just doing my channel a lot more justice. So just make sure that you are consistently uploading at least once a week, but honestly as much as humanly possible, because your first 100 videos are probably gonna be bad anyway, so you might as well pump out as many as you can. I know this is probably like scary, the nail in the coffin, the nightmare scenario, but I'm gonna tell you right now to post your YouTube channel to your social media. You know, like link it to your Instagram, post on your Snap story. You know what? If people are gonna make fun of you for it, let them, because you are making a YouTube channel to be discovered, right? That's the whole point of why you're starting this thing, is because you want to have viewers, you want to have subscribers, and you want people to watch you. And your friends and family can give you that first little wave of some good views and a few subscribers just for your little start, to tell YouTube like, hey, like this channel's doing a little something, people kind of like it right now. And also not just that, people are gonna find it out regardless, and people will make fun of you. I'm gonna tell you right now, like people will absolutely make fun of you. They will probably be relentless about it, honestly, because I don't know why, but starting a YouTube channel is such like a taboo thing, especially if you're promoting it. Like, God forbid you have a hobby that you enjoy and you promote it. It's so easy and extremely cowardly for somebody to hide behind a screen and make fun of you behind your back or whatever about something that you're being vulnerable and putting your passion into. But it's a lot harder and honestly courageous to be able to pick up a camera, post a video, and then publicly promote it shamelessly too, because at the end of the day, that's what we're all here for. We're here to grow an audience, build an audience, and share our content. As you guys can tell, like I got very passionate about that last part. Thanks for listening to my TED Talk. So thank you all for watching. If you guys made it this far, please subscribe. I post every single week, so make sure to subscribe and click that bell so you never miss another upload from me. I love you all so much. XOXO.